Hello, today I'd like to talk to you about automatically restocking your industrial craft nuclear reactor using the advanced regulator from Gregtech and applied Energistics. A problem that many people have with a nuclear reactor is they want to use multiple types of fuel in the reactor, whether it be uranium, plutonium, deuterium, and then multiple different types of those cells, so either the single, the double, or the quad cells. And this can be a problem traditionally trying to restock it because it's difficult to automatically put things in the slot where you want them to go. So if you have a case where both your single and double cells might be expiring at the same time, you can't just fill in all the slots and then push your single cells in. Otherwise they might go where your double cells are supposed to go, or worse, your double cells could go where your singles are supposed to go, and your reactor could overheat and explode. So today I would like to show you how we can do this using the advanced regulator from Gregtech. So what we're going to do is have a way to automatically restock our single cells and restock our double cells no matter where they happen to expire inside our reactor. So to do this, we're using two applied Energistics ME networks, and we are using the advanced regulator. So the first thing, this first network here, the only thing it is doing is monitoring the inventory of our nuclear reactor. So I do have this access terminal on here. This would not be needed, but we are just using it just to illustrate. So we can see that this network understands it has two dual uranium and two single uranium cells. And it understands that because we have a storage bus attached to our nuclear reactor. So we see all of the contents of the reactor in this network. What we're doing with that is using level emitters off of our first network, and we're saying if we have less than 2 dual uranium cells, then provide a redstone signal, and if we have less than 2 single uranium cells, provide a signal. And that's going into export buses from a second network that are exporting a single, either uranium or dual uranium cell when they have a signal. And that is coming here into our advanced regulator. So our advanced regulator, it allows us to program in ghost items here, and in the corresponding slot, or the corresponding grid here, say what slot that item goes into. So we programmed a ghost item of uranium cells to go into slots 10 and 15, and dual uranium cells to go into 22 and 8. So essentially, if we have less than 2 dual uranium cells, then we push dual uranium cells into here, and our advanced regulator pushes them out into the machine. Now, one thing you may have noticed is that I still have some uranium and dual uranium cells hanging out over here, and that's because this doesn't work as quickly. The level emitter doesn't work as quickly as the export buses do. So you will get 2 or 3 of an item that can go into your regulator at one time. This shouldn't be a problem with just 2 items, but if you were to have any more than that, I would suggest using multiple advanced regulators. Ordinarily, I would suggest that we use a storage bus on here to draw those items out, or to detect how many items are in there and use an export bus to remove them when necessary. However, in the Feed the Beast Ultimate 1.1.2, there is an incompatibility with the version of Gregtech and applied Energistics, and if you attempt to attach a storage bus to this, it will corrupt your map, so please do not do that. If you need to work around this because of multiple fuel types, please just use multiple advanced regulators. You can fit lots of them up against a full-size nuclear reactor if that's what you need to do. So that's it. Pretty simple. We are using one network to determine how many of the cells we have in our reactor, and we are using a second network to supply those into an advanced regulator as needed, and then the advanced regulator is taking care of ensuring that the cells go back into the appropriate spot. And of course, because this nuclear reactor is being treated as an item or a container on our first network, you could export any depleted cells that you created out of this network and into whatever processing facility you have for your depleted uranium, plutonium, or any of your depleted cells. So please let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully it's helpful to someone. Have a great day.